It is a human tendency, rooted in our foundation in our physical being, to try to understand everything as being created first and foremost from a basis in matter. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, a similar situation occurs when a young seeker approaches his father to understand the nature of existence. He is asked to focus on that from which these creatures are born, whereby being born they live, and to which they go hence and enter again, for that is the eternal. His first insight was that matter was the answer. He was then sent back to continue his concentration and came to successively deeper insights as to the source of existence. Western scientists have followed a similar path. They start from matter and look at the evolution of forms. At some point, they discover that this is insufficient and does not truly answer the question as to the origin, nature, and mechanism of the universal creation. Eventually, they discovered that there is a strict encoding of data in what is called DNA, and it is this encoded data which determines the form and the capabilities of the form to be created. Just as the physical box we call a computer did not create, purely from its physical substance, the software, the computer code needed to carry out its functions, so the physical bodies do not create the code that directs them in their existence and action. The scientists continued to follow this thread and eventually conclude that the physical form is the result, not the cause, of conscious existence. They plot the vital energy and move on, as did the student in the Taittiriya Upanishad, to understand that the plane of mind is more basic than the vital or physical planes, and that there is yet behind that a causal plane and a plane of pure existence, consciousness, and bliss, from whence this entire creation proceeds. Sri Aurobindo observes, quote, "We find these higher worlds in our vision and experience of them to be in no way based upon the material universe, in no way its results, but rather greater terms of being, larger and freer ranges of consciousness. And all the action of the material plane looks more like the result, and not the origin, of these greater terms, derivatory from them, even partly dependent on them in its evolutionary endeavor. Immense ranges of powers, influences, phenomena descend covertly upon us from the overmind and the higher mental and vital ranges. But of these, only a part, a selection as it were, or restricted number, can stage and realize themselves in the order of the physical world. The rest await their time and proper circumstance for revelation in physical term and form, for their part in the terrestrial evolution, which is at the same time an evolution of all the powers of the spirit. Necessarily, by terrestrial, we do not mean this one earth and its period of duration, but use earth in the wider root sense of the Vedantic Prithivi, the earth principle, creating habitations of physical form for the soul." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, The Hidden Forces of Life, Chapter 6, Hidden Worlds and Evolutionary Forces, pages 144 to 145.